Okay, get started. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Raymond, the BD manager from Neo Blockchains, the Department of Global Development. NGD is today. It is the fourth day of Neo Polaris Launchpad project demo day. There will be 4 teams to do the presentation and show the demo about their project. They are neoartistic.com, Bamboo, gitter.network, and Greenfinch. I'm so pretty excited to become the host today. And each teams have 50 minutes to present. And after that, there will be a QA part ready there. So if you have any questions about the project during their presentation, please just take down the notes. After 6 minutes, I will allow some space for you to ask your questions. Okay, if there is no questions, we can start our demo days. First, gonna present is neoartistic.com. The neoartistic.com is an NFT marketplace on Neo to mint, buy, and sell auction for NFTs. It integrates with NeoFS. They have seen that the Neo's platform lacks NFT marketplace apps and projects. The numbers of the apps built on Neo is less than other platforms. So they want to be one of the first builder on Neo platform. The team of neoartist.com want to use their accumulated programming knowledge to accelerate the app's development. Okay, it's your turn, Jacob. You can do your presentation.
Jacob, you're on mute.
Yeah, we can see the screen, but cannot hear your voice, Jacob.
Hear my voice? Can you hear my voice? Yes, I'm so sorry for this problem. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. We are very happy when we are invited to this round to share our project. I watched all of the previous project presentation and all of them are very excellent. People who make this project are very good and have a lot of experience in blockchain and other things. We are a team and we are quite new in this blockchain universe and Neo as well. So this is really a good step forward to build something in the future with Neo entry. Thanks for the Neo Polaris Hackathon and Neo Foundation. Okay, let's begin our main presentation. My agenda today will be divided into 5 main parts. It's all about the overview of our project, showing the demo of the project, my team, business model, tokenomics, and the project roadmap. Okay, neoartistic.com is an NFT marketplace built on Neo with some basic feature and integrated with NeoFS. Our inspiration for choosing this project to begin with, we got inspired by the growing market of blockchain technology in 2021. NFT marketplace projects were growing fast, and I want the most important fragment of every blockchain platform, including DeFi, gaming, lending, and borrowing, etc. We have seen that the Neo platform lack of NFT marketplace app and project. The number of the app built on Neo is lesser than on other platforms. So we want to be one of the first builder on the Neo platform, and we want to use our accumulated programming knowledge to accelerate app development. Neo platform, Neo entry provide available services related to Oracle and IPFS, and it brings convenience and a sense of discovery for our developer. Besides, Neo entry comes with a very wide tech stack that include different programming languages. However, there are not many documents and products to be an example. You guys can see in this picture about the ecosystem of NEO. I have seen a lot of the previous presentation use this picture. So you guys can see that the tool and NEO infrastructure are very diverse and support experienced developer. However, we do not see many projects on the app layer. In this next slide, according to ndapp.org from NEO, when we search for NFT marketplace, there are just two NFT marketplace, which are God Market and Skyherd. Seem like God Market is very dominant. I have checked the statistics from them. It's really a good marketplace, and you can see the number of users, the volume, the number of the NFT. However, God Market is a multi-chain NFT marketplace, and the number of NFT mining and selling on NEO entry is quite small. So in NEO, there is no unique NFT marketplace. So there is a lot of chance when building a DApp for NFT marketplace on NEO to take support, user, and NFT project from NEO ecosystem. So our objective when coming to this hackathon is to see the opportunity in NFT marketplace and build a product from scratch to understand deeply NEO entry, which is a very promising blockchain platform. After this hackathon, we have achieved many things. We have completed a basic NFT marketplace on NEO entry interest for week. We overcome a lot of technical challenge to accomplish our goals, and we gain a lot of in-depth knowledge about blockchain. To complete this project, we have faced many challenges as well. The first is to find how NEO entry works and pick a starting point to learn to write smart contract. In the beginning, we are so confused about the incomplete technical document for many language program. However, my team member, Kang Nghĩa, have found a lot of support on the Discord channel. They were very active with the question. Once again, thank you all. Challenge 2, we need to figure it out how NeoFS works and how to interact with NeoFS from a React application. We found an example on GitHub, but it doesn't actually work due to our library, our API, and sketchy installation document. And challenge 3 and 4, we also have to find the encryption, decryption, and data structure mechanism. We need to find out how to interact with the wallet via web frontend and Quick.js library to use to code smart contract. And it's with only challenge, it took us a few days to understand and apply. Okay, in this next slide, I will show you guys what our app had done and the feature. Like a basic NFT marketplace, we have developed a basic feature on NEO. It's integrated with NEO Live Wallet and let user mine NFT on NEO entry. Buying, selling, auctioning NFT on the marketplace. We let user to set up royalty fee for their NFT. We also integrate with NeoFS to store it file, and we build a statistic page to monitor the NFT marketplace activity. Before I take you guys to the demo, let me explain a little bit about the tech stack and what we have done. You guys can see in the slide that is all about NEO architecture. I will sum up a little bit. NEO artistic include 2D app. The first one is NFT marketplace app, and the second one is a statistic app. In the NFT marketplace app, we use the RPC web to interact with NeoFS node to manage container ID. We use NeoFS gateway API to upload and download NFT file. And we use NEO Wallet adapter to interact with the NEO Live Wallet. And both NFT Marketplace app and Start app are use API written in Java and NEO W3J to query data about NFT from the NEO entry chain. Besides our DApp system, use Oracle services to get the price of NEO token according to USDT based on Binance public API. And now let me take you guys to the demo. This is a web page app, and it has been deployed to neoartistic.com and neoentry.net, so you guys can come and check it out. In this presentation, to save time for interacting and actioning, we have made a video, and let's check it. Okay, thank you for watching. That's all about the feature. And let's come back to the presentation. Next, I will share some business case and tokenomics for the upcoming future of my project. We can charge user about 2 to 3% per transaction on our website. The action like mining, selling, and auctioning. And we will build some unique collectibles which are decided by my team to sell in the marketplace. And we will collaborate with famous artists in real life to publish their collectible in the marketplace and have a good share of the profit. And we will collaborate with existing and upcoming projects in new entry like metaverse and gaming. And we can become a launchpad for the NFT project beyond Neo. We also plan to release token. We call it NTT. The NTT token supply total is 100 million token, and the distribution is as follows: 15% for the team, and it will be fully invested over 36 months. 15% for investor and fund. The invested time is based on term and condition we sign with them. 51% is distributed to the community member through various community programs like marketplace and liquidity mining. 1.5% is used for airdrop to acquire the adopter, and 5% is used for IDO and reserve. 12.5% for future plan. In this next slide, I will show you guys about our roadmap. In Q3 2022, we want to focus on optimize the web front-end page to look more artistic and we will add more and more NFT marketplace feature, and we will seek out mentor or support from NEO to grow our project. Next, in the Q4 2022, we want to go live on NEO entry mainnet, make social marketing, building a team, including marketing, social community, and developer to gain more and more users. We will want to reach out to Web2 artists to become our NFT creator, like comics or picture. And we also plan to issue token at this time. Next, in 2023, we want to add more NFT features like NFT Launchpad and NFT staking pool. We also want to make our project become an NFT DeFi, and we will add a loyalty point function. This function is very popular in e-commerce site to incentivize users and make them stay in our project. The loyalty point may be used by our token entity on the chain NFT marketplace, like an NFT portal that let users switch between chains like NEO, Ethereum, BSC, NEAR, etc. It's all about plan for our project future. Lastly, let me introduce a little bit about my team. We are a team member of 3 members, me, Jacob, as the team representative, leading, doing research, mentoring, and marketing. This guy is Tạ Nghĩa, the technical guy, who had built all of our app architecture from scratch, and another guy, Dân Dũng, who contribute to the development of the front-end page. A little overview about my team. We have been teamed up together for a long time to build many software products, and we have a lot of experience in building SaaS for e-commerce for 4 years. And I think the NFT marketplace is very close to our e-commerce knowledge. So we can apply many things to our NFT marketplace project. Especially, Tạ Nghĩa had 15 years of experience in technical and software development. At a said above, we chose. So we have focused on attending some hackathon, and luckily, 2 months ago, we have won to sponsor prize in near MetaView hackathon for an NFT marketplace right from the start of our journey in the blockchain world. So that's all about the overview of our project and the plan for my project future. And thank you all.
Okay, thank you so much, Jacob. Yeah, as a personally, I will be so excited to see a new marketplace on new plan 4. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we can continue our demo days. The second presentation will come from Bamboo. And
Okay.
the Bamboo,
Right.
yeah, the Bamboo, I will introduce your project firstly.
Okay.
Bamboo is a Web3 blockchain-based social network. Through the unique NFT system, it can help users explore the social world of Web3 with simple and interesting way. The project try to help new community members connect with each other and bring more fun to them. 4 teams members of Bamboo have the working experience in TikTok, Amazon, and other blockchain projects. Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, thanks, Raymond. Hello, everyone. This is Momo from Bamboo team. Currently, I'm in charge of marketing and communication stuff. Well, glad to be here to introduce our team and our projects. Our team consists of members with multiple backgrounds. Also have people doing well in marketing and MPI fields. Our common combination and determined belief in Web3 bring us together, cultivating the Bamboo project. We aim to build a brand new Web3 social platform by linking users' socialization property in Web2 to generate your exclusive NFT pads, ultimately fulfill your own value achievement. All right, now I'm going to elaborate on this Bamboo project. You are getting to know like why we start Bamboo, what's the difference between Bamboo and other Web3 platform, what you can do on Bamboo, how to interact with other users, how to maximize your social value using your pad. At the end of the presentation, I will show you the real Bamboo website, It's still in very early stage though, but you will see how the web looks like, and I will demonstrate some functions like connecting your wallet, mint a pet. Then you will see how your pet looks like, etc. So talking about why marketing already, they cannot actively help us to re-expose the world of Web3. They are just more like integrate data. So we want to have a social platform that allows the user to expose the integration of Web2 and Web3 in the same time. Well, you may ask what you can do in Bamboo. So I will show you. Like, every Bamboo user can get an exclusive NFT pet by connecting their social account and wallet. The NFT pet is not only just a personal database that record your social behavior, but also a friend who will accompany you to explore the Bamboo world. We have the planting system in Bamboo for your pet. Every pet needs to eat bamboo to grow up every day. You can plant bamboo in your home, watering your bamboo every day to ensure your pet is not starving. And at the same time, you can water your friend's bamboo. It will be an extra reward. We also have the clothing system. You can dress your pet every day and walk them. Walking your pet can also get different skin sets for your pet. Of course, all the skin sets are treatable, so you can sell skin to your friends and you can buy skin from others. So in Bamboo, you can design your own game for you and other users' pets. For example, you can design game like Vegetable. That you mean you can steal each other's bamboo in a random time. So it's based on game theory. So all friends who accept your invitation can join and you can play together. Also, there will be a place called NFT Gallery to display your own NFT collection and achievement. You can decorate your gallery with your preference. Your pet will help you to record the story of every NFT you collect. When other users or like your friends come to visit, your pet can become a guide, share a story with them, let them to know you better. As your pet get along with you every day, it will understand your preference. When you send it for a walk, it can bring back the information you are interested in. And based on your preference, your pet is able to seek the person in Bamboo who have the mutual interest in with you. Then you are no longer awkward or terrified to start conversation with strangers. You may ask, like, how we achieve that? Is that realistic? So I will show you like how we store data online and do the intelligent match. So here comes the Bamboo graph chain, BGC for short. So to store our users' behavior and the relationship data on chain, it covers all the users' usage scenario and store users' social behavior and interactions. At the same time, BCG has excellent performance and high competitive. So Bamboo will open source BGC in the future, work with our community and partners to build BGC into a graph database standard on Web3. So Bamboo graph chain is used for storing data. Then Bamboo Rack will do the tagging and recommendation works. Bamboo Rack is our users tagging and the recommendation engine born from TikTok internal recommendation architecture, utilize on-chain user transaction data and actively data as well as social data, and adopts multiple way record policy to connect on-chain data and off-chain model to build a complete set of service for pushing people and recommending projects. I've mentioned that your pads can do a lot of things for you. Also, they will maximize your social value on chain. Like every pad is not just an NFT. When you take your pet to participate in social activities, they will constantly learn and record your social behavior, build your social graph in Bamboo. Each pet will increase its level according to your data in community. What behind the level is the rich data accumulation of your social graph. Link more social accounts, browsing more information, and more social behaviors in the community will all allow us to record more of your on-chain behavior. So the higher pet level, the higher value you have on-chain. Based on the personal social data behind pets, other projects can quickly match the user profile, spot the potential candidates for the project, also provide users with DID-based credit value through the data. So this is all introduction of our Bamboo project. So I will move to another part to show you our real website looks like. So here is the homepage that every new Bamboo user will see. So the step is like you connect your wallet. We select Neo, right? We input your passcode. And we connect. So we need to also connect your social account. So it's being done. So now the step is to generate your own pet. So let's see what your pet looks like. So here comes your very cute cat. And we start your journey in Bamboo. So now you come to your home. Your pet live here. And this part is the NFT gallery I just mentioned. And this place is where you can plant your bamboo. And this button means you like brings the news and information which is useful for you. And also this Bamboo project means that the project will match your preference based on the data behind. So this is the homepage currently. And here you click the bar, and this is introduction of our Bamboo team. So currently is our website is in a very early stage. So please be patient and looking forward to our future design. All the function I mentioned is point will come true. So just be patient. All right, I think it's all for today. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I like the bamboos. You know, the pet looks like Pokemon. You know.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
good.
it's so cute. It's so cute. And this idea is pretty cool. Creating a good plan to encourage users to connect social account data through NFT is pretty cool idea. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Okay, let's go on. The next presentation will be the Gitter network. The Gitter network is a decentralized and incentive-based network that helps developers automate smart contracts on new N3. It allows smart contract developers to define their automation jobs on chains. The bots that anyone can run automatically execute the jobs at the right times under the right condition. The developer only needs to make sure that his balance to pay the executor does not go to zero. Also, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's your turn. Okay.
All right. Thank you. So hello everyone, my name is Yannick and I am the creator of the Gitter network, which is a automation protocol that helps you to automate your smart contracts. Yeah, and now you might think, what is this useful for? But it's actually quite useful because smart contracts, even though they have it in their name, they're actually not that smart. So they define a certain logic and state, but they're still heavily dependent on the outer world. So if no one ever calls a method on this smart contract, then yeah, nothing would ever happen. And now you could think, why don't you just put a method into the smart contract that constantly checks whether it should execute something or not? But unfortunately, this doesn't work because, as we all know, actions on smart contracts, they cost gas. And with this method, yeah, we would not last very long. We would run out of gas pretty much immediately if we would like to use an endless loop. So this solution doesn't work. Now, I would like to just show a little example that imagine you have, I don't know, you have kids or partner and you would like to transfer some of your gas at the first of every month. Now, how would you do that? It's not that easy because you would have to log into your wallet manually every month and transfer the gas to your kids. Yeah, which is kind of annoying because in best case, you just would like to do this once and then forget about it and it runs a couple of years and that's it. But yeah, this is not how it works. And maybe if you're a developer, you're a bit more lucky. You could set up a cron shop. You could yeah, automate it like this yourselves. You would have to make sure the private key is safe. You would have to host your application somewhere, pay hosting fees and so on, and always make sure everything is running, which is also kind of annoying. Also, this solution, it's also not now. Maybe a more realistic example would be in the DeFi world that if we talk about lending protocols. So they many lending protocols, they rely on liquidators to liquidate the positions. And yeah, without them, this simply wouldn't work. And yeah, instead of relying on liquidators, they could just use the Gitter network to automate. Or everyone knows Flamingo Finance. Maybe you like to trade and buy NEO at a certain price or sell NEO at a certain price. Now, if you want to do that, you would have to be online and monitor the price all the time and then log into Flamingo. And the gas price or NEO price is at this certain level. I'm going to do an auto sell and that's it. And yeah, so this is also something, a useful use case. And yeah, also as we know, the NEO ecosystem is constantly growing. There are going to be more dApps in the future. And I'm sure there's going to be many dApps where you can probably make some money with calling a function of the protocol at the right time. And then you could just simply use the Gitter network and automate this and just earn money like that. So it's super cool. And that's why having an automation I'm gonna go to the next point, and I would like to explain how does everything work. So on the one hand, we have the smart contracts, the protocol. So they are responsible for creating and executing the jobs. So you would go, for example, on the gitter.network, you can define which smart contract and what function do you hold. So let's say every block, every 5 minutes, every Sunday, once a month at 5 p.m., whatever. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Then you create a job, and it's everything is completely on chain. So yeah, and on the other hand, you have the decentralized bot network. So what it is that Gitter network provides everyone who's interested a bot they can run. And you don't need to be a developer or anything. You can just imagine it that you get it, you press the play button, and the executor or the bot is just running, and it's automatically executing all the jobs that job creators have defined at the right time. And in the best case scenario, you have 100 or I don't know, 1,000 bots simultaneously running, and so this is fully decentralized because they're running all around the world, right? And this is the decentralized bot network that I mentioned. And you often know, or maybe you know, what kind of inputs you want to give the function to automate. So for example, if we take this example from before, where I want to transfer a certain amount of gas to my kids, then I know, for example, 10 gas, then I know the input of the function is going to be a 10. But this is not always the case, because sometimes we don't know the inputs of a function that we want to automate. And in this case, we can use resolver contracts. And what they are is, it's a smart contract you have to write. It's a resolver contract, and in this contract you define a certain logic when your method should be executed. And then you can also return the parameters that you will pass to the function, and that's it. So that's very useful. Again, this example with the transfer of 10 gas to the kids, let's say we don't want to say it's 10 gas, but instead we want to say it's 50% of whatever my gas holdings are at the time. I don't know how much these 50% are. So yeah, we would have to use a resolver contract which will calculate the amount. Or maybe a better example is from before, the Flamingo example with the limit order. Yeah, we don't know exactly when the new price is going to hit, I don't know, 100, but when this happens, I want to sell. So in this case, you will also use a resolver contract. And we, in this resolver contract, we write the logic that checks when NEO hits that price. Also, resolver contracts, they are executed, so they are checked every block. And yeah. Yeah, so when you are running a bot, you are getting paid every time you execute a job. So you are getting back the transaction fee plus a small execution fee. Right now, on the testnet, the execution fee is 0.2 gas, but of course this number can be changed. So we will see this in a minute when I'm going to show an example. So when you're executing a function, you're going to get back the transaction fee that you paid plus a little extra fee. Yeah, and who's paying for this? It's the job creator. So the ones who are creating the jobs have to pay the executors. So on the one hand, you have the job creator who just creates the job once, doesn't have to care about anything anymore. It's automated, he's happy, and he just have to make sure that he has enough gas to cover the fee in his treasury balance. And that's it. And on the other hand, you have the executors, and they are getting paid for basically just executing. So that's pretty cool. You have a win-win situation. What else? Yeah, so maybe I should mention that you have to fill up your treasury account before you create a job. And as soon as your job is executed, the fee is immediately transferred to the executor bot. Yeah. So I think I didn't forget anything. And if now I could show something. I prepared a little example for this presentation. So I hope it works. I only tested it once, but it should be fine. So we have this task here, and the task is to crash the candy to get a surprise right here. And how do we crush it open? We have to invoke the function crush on this smart contract here 5 times in a row. There are rules that you can only crush once per block. And if you skip a block, you have to start over. Now, of course, this is kind of a silly example, but it's just easy to show. And this is like perfectly for this demonstration right now. Of course, you could do this also yourselves, but it's definitely going to work with the gitter.network protocol. And so I'm just quickly going to copy this hash. Okay, now this is the app. You can also go to gitter.network if you're curious and play around. And first, you need the Neoline Chrome extension to connect. So let's do that. And as I mentioned before, when you create a job, you just need to make sure that you have enough gas in your treasury account. So right now, the execution fee is 0.2 gas. I want to call this 5 times. So just to be safe, let's deposit 2 gas. So let's do this. All right. I'm just gonna refresh quickly so we can see that we actually got it. All right. Now you can press here on new job, and we're gonna copy paste that hash here, contract address, and it's automatically gonna fetch the methods from the smart contract. Now I'm quickly gonna show what happens if you want to automate the method with parameters. So in this case, you have the choice between static inputs and dynamic inputs. So this is what I mentioned before with the resolvers. Maybe you know the inputs, maybe you don't. If you know it, it's all good. You can just enter them here. If you don't know, you need to use a resolver contract, but this is not implemented yet, but it's probably going to be the first thing in the to-do list. But now we are only interested in the crush method. Now the next step is to say, when I want this method to be executed. So here again, I have 2 choices. Time, so I can give an interval, execute it every day, or I don't know, at a specific start time every 5 hours. But again, the task is to execute it every block. So we are just gonna stick with that. And we have to make sure we have enough gas. Yes, we do. And now we have to give the job a name. and say Candy Crush, and that's it. It's super easy. So you see, you don't need to be a developer to automate your some jobs. Super easy. Yeah, now I already started a bot in the background. It's up and running, and just gonna make sure this is 0. Yes, and now if I create this job, it's gonna take probably some seconds. Yeah, it's already created. And we can see how often it has been executed, the fees we paid. And let's just quickly refresh here. Yeah, I have no refresh function yet, unfortunately, so I need to, all right, we can see we already executed it once, so let's quickly go to the example, and we can see, okay, we crushed it 1 out of 5 times, so it's working. As you can see, we are not doing anything. The bot is automatically calling this crush function now every block. And we can now just, yeah, we can refresh every 15 seconds. That's the average time of a new block is generated. So we just have to wait like 30 more seconds. But I can show you in the meantime that here we can see the total transaction fees we have paid. So 0.25, 0.2 was the executor fee we have to pay, and the 0.05 was probably the transaction fee. So, all right, 4 out of 5, we can see the candy is almost crushed open. Now let's see what happens. I'll refresh here. Let's wait for the 5th execution, perfect. And yeah, okay. The surprise is even more candy. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, just to show that it's actually working. And if we go back to the detail overview, we see it has been executed 5 times. The total transaction fee was 1.26. So the executor bot, let me think, yeah, earned himself 1 gas. Now we can see when it's executed, every block. We can see the past executions and how much the transaction fee and the executor fee was, and that's it. So this job is actually gonna run until, let me connect again. Yeah, we can also pause it. And this is actually going to run until we run out of gas in our treasury account, because the smart contract doesn't abort once we reached 5. So yeah, this is, let me just refresh and show you that. Yeah, so it executed in total 7 times. Now we are out of gas. We can see the average execution fees 0.24. It's probably not quite enough for another execution. So now the executor bot is not executing this job anymore. And yeah, but that's it. Thank you for ask me anytime on Discord. Thank you.
Thank you, Yannick. Yeah, I like this potential developer tools because I think it have chance to help the developer who needs some sort of automatic mechanism. Yeah, thanks a lot, Yannick. And we will ask. We have the QA part in the next part. So when the next presentation ends, we will start our QA part. Yeah, don't worry. Okay. Next one is the last project tonight, the Greenfinch. Greenfinch is a decentralized file storage management platform. They have a very initial MVP in place that already incorporates the necessary functionality to create containers, store files with those containers, and minimal management of those files. In simple terms, they have created a very early stage Dropbox on Neo and NeoFS. Okay, it's your terms.
Hello, everyone. I'm the config wizard, but you can call me Alex from now on. Let me just share my screen and show you where we're at. We've built Greenfinch, decentralized file storage. We like to refer to it as just think Dropbox, but as it evolves, we hope it will be Dropbox on steroids, basically. All good. I just hope everyone can hear me. Just make sure I can check that's all good. Yeah, it looks like everything's going well. Okay, so Greenfinch is desktop GUI for managing file storage on NeoFS. As I say, think Dropbox. Neo file storage is really cool. I've used a few different decentralized storage platforms. And what I really like about NeoFS is it has extreme granularity over the control of who can access your files, how long they can access them for. You can have files, and well, I say files, objects, they're known as on NeoFS. You can have self-expiring files, which is quite cool. I like to call them self-destructing files, et cetera, et cetera. So Greenfinch is bringing to the surface a lot of this functionality without you having to code a lot of it up yourself. So it's really cool. There's another project, NeoDAO, that actually is using Greenfinch as part of their work as for the hackathons. If you saw that video, you would have seen Greenfinch in action there. And one thing that project brought up was the requirement for a local API. So if you are a developer or for whatever reason you want raw access to your data and you don't want permissions, as I mentioned, with other people. So to do that, we've implemented a contacts area. You can have your friends or whoever it might be. And through that, you can share files, directories, folders, which are called containers in the world of NeoFS. And we have some basic wallet management. So you can top up your NeoFS credits, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And you can even send other people gas if they need it. One of your contacts might be short of gas. So we added a feature so that you can send gas easily using NeoFS. And we did this because we were, while developing it, always running out of gas ourselves. So the why, basically, we wanted to set out to work out or think of an application that would basically need no explanation to people as to what it did, why it existed. One of the things we think about the blockchain world is, as much as we love it, people who don't know much about blockchain don't really always get it. Why does this app exist? Why does it help me? So we headed for something that we thought would solve this, or at least begin to solve this. And we think that if you just say this is decentralized Dropbox, people will understand what you mean without you having to say much more than that. Hopefully, anyway, that's the idea. Also, file storage has sort of been a big missing link in decentralized technology. And we know, don't worry, we know that there are other products out there, IPFS and things like that, but they're actually quite centralized, even though they're meant to be decentralized. You know, if you use IPFS, you're probably using Infura or something like that to get to it, which is basically re-centralizing something that's decentralized. So we don't really think it's solved a decentralized solution to file storage. And we think that NeoFS does have this capability, and hopefully through Greenfinch being a GUI and no programming required and nice to look at least we hope. And finally, we really believe that Neo needs to publicize and get taken seriously again. I've been following and been part of the Neo community for 4 years or however many years it is since Ant shares. And it has been taken seriously in the past. And we want to help it be taken seriously again outside of this great Neo community. And so we hope that Greenfinch might help a bit there. So at that point, I think going to show you a demo now. If you do want to play with it, by the way, I'll pull that up quickly. If you do want to have a play with it, it is in an alpha version. You can go to greenfinch.app. You can download it. Now we have a Discord channel, so please join us there to help us spot any bugs, find anything you'd like to see. We've got some great people already who have been tuning in over the last couple of weeks, pointing out things they'd like to see. And it's been really, really great for us to see that people are actually interested. So please do that. But let's go through a bit of a demo now. As with these things, if you've done much of them, you'll know that live demos can go wrong. So I've recorded one. I'll speak over the top of the video as we go. So the first thing you're going to want to do is load up a wallet. You have available, and that could be somewhere on your computer. But in this case, I'm going to be using one of our recent wallets, one of my recent wallets. So I can just put in the wallet password, confirm, let it connect up. You can see top left my wallet address, and top right you can see my current NeoFS balance. NeoFS is just gas, but you've sent it to the NeoFS smart contract. And that's how you pay for stuff on the Neo decentralized blockchain. So from here, if you wanted to top up your own NeoFS balance, you could. You can see your wallet address, your wallet's public key, which I'll talk about later. You can see your current balances, and if you wanted to top up your NeoFS gas balance, you can do it directly from Greenfinch here. So top that up. 1 second, let me just see if I do that. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Okay, so the first thing is containers. So containers, that we illustrate them as folders, but really they're so much more powerful than a folder. A container on NeoFS, for anyone who doesn't know, defines where in the world your data is stored. You want it stored in Europe or Southeast Asia or South America, whatever it might be. And if you do that, your data will only be stored there on the decentralized nodes that are available in those regions. You can get more granular than that. You can say you only want it to be stored in countries where the temperature is less than 10 degrees, if that's the kind of thing you wanted to do. It's a sort of SQL-like language to decide what a container is. But the idea of Greenfinch is to hide all that away from you, as you'll see. So in this case, I'm creating a new container called Polaris Demo. And I can set permissions on it. This will get more granular as Greenfinch evolves. So you could say that I want it completely private. Only I can read it and write to it, and no one else can see any of its content. I can make a container that's completely public. So anyone can write to it, anyone can read from it. I could stop you deleting from it if I wanted to. That kind of granularity is available. That might be interesting for a DAO. You might want multiple people to be able to upload contracts or proposals or PDFs or whatever it might be. But in this case, I'm going to create a public read-only one, and you'll see why when I get onto later bits of this. All right, so when you create a container, it has to go and make a transaction on the blockchain, and then it has to propagate to a load of nodes around the network, especially the nodes that you have stated that you want your data stored on. So that can take a moment. So in the meantime, let's have a talk about those contacts again that I mentioned before. So here, you can add your contact. I'll add the other Greenfinch developer, Robin. There you go, the container is now created. Get his wallet address and his public key. The reason I'm doing this is in a bit, I'm going to show you sharing containers, and I'll share it with Robin. To share, you do need their public key, not their wallet address. There you go. You can see I can send him gas if I wanted to from the contacts page. Yeah, so sharing containers requires the public key. Anyway, let's get back to container I was making earlier. So currently there's no objects in it, and they're called objects in NeoFS, but you can think of them as files, although really it's just data of any format you like. So I'm going to upload a JPEG. Here we go, upload a JPEG, and it will show you a thumbnail of the image. If you upload much bigger files, there is a progress bar that displays showing you how long it's going to take for it to be uploaded. But this is a tiny image, so it happened almost instantly. That's now been propagated across all the nodes that would have been specified when I chose that public read container. Now, an object is defined and it's immutable, so it's got a hash in effect of the container's ID and the object's ID. Together, these two things are a unique identifier for this object on the NeoFS. If you tried to change it, you couldn't. You could try and upload another file called saveastron.jpg and change a little bit of it, but it would have an entirely new object ID. So that's a really interesting part when you think of private containers and NFTs. Because if you think of some of the issues people have brought up in the NFT art world, people can just steal the artwork, but actually you could have access controlled to the NFTs based on whether or not you own them, which is a pretty cool. Take that link and view it. And you'll see hopefully in a bit why that could be a really interesting idea. So what I'm about to do here is I'm about to share this container now so that Robin, the contact I added a moment ago, is able to access this container from his wallet. So I need the container ID at this point, and part of our mainnet release is going to be creating a messaging system as part of Greenfinch so that you would automatically, when you logged in, get told, oh, a new container has been shared with you. That didn't happen as part of the hackathon. We ran out of time, but that will be part of our mainnet release. So there'll be no need to be copy pasting and sending container IDs to your friends after that. But for the time being, we do need to do that. So I'm going to share it with Robin. Once I've done that, yeah, it's just sharing now. It takes a moment to update the permissions on the container so Robin has access to it. Yes, so what I'll do now is we will now log in as Robin. So imagine this is Robin on his computer. There we go, it's completed. Robin on his computer, I've WhatsApped him or sent him via some messaging service that container ID that I just copied. And I said, hey, I've just shared this with you. And he goes, oh, okay. So he logs in. His balance is top right there. You can see it's orange, telling him it's getting slightly low. And so now, although he can have a look and, we can see that his containers are different to mine. So the whole of Greenfinch is updated. But he can now go to the sharing area. He's got 2 containers already shared with him, and he can add the container ID that I just emailed to him or whatever it might have been. Click add, and then that takes a moment to propagate. So earlier I showed you that the image was available in a web browser. Well, actually what is really cool is if you uploaded HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you can have entirely decentralized websites being hosted on NeoFS. I get excited by that because that means that these are websites that could never be taken down by any state or, they're completely decentralized. I've got really big ideas for decentralized newspapers, decentralized journalists using Greenfinch to share articles, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, we've got that as a feature. We're also going to have an NFT management area as well, but that'll come in a minute. Anyway, back to sharing. There's the container we just added to Robin's, and there's the image that I just to do with it. So there you go. That's the end of that demo. I hope that wasn't too quick. I realize time's moving along. I would just like to say what's coming next here. So as I pointed out, we're going to have the decentralized website and NFT collection management as part of the next release. You're going to have a better understanding of what your payments are doing on NeoFS. So you'll be able to see, which containers you're paying for. I mentioned a sort of newspaper kind of feature. I really like the idea of being able to upload stuff and people pay to access your content, which whether or not they've paid, whether or not they get access to it. And we're going to add end-to-end encryption on assets. And as part of that, we're going to use NeoID to identify people for accountability. Wallet Connect will be a big part of the next version, so that instead of having to have a JSON file of your wallet on your computer, you'll be able to use Wallet Connect. and built-in gas purchases so that you don't have to go off to exchanges or whatever to get your gas. You'll be able to do it directly in the app from your debit or credit card, and a monthly top-up subscription so that instead of having to make sure your gas is always up to the level it needs to be to pay for your assets, you can just pay a monthly fee and we'll make sure they're topped up for you. And obviously, we did just win, we discovered, Best Middleware Project incorporating NeoFS, which is really cool. So please do vote for us during the community funding stage. That would be awesome. And as I say, if you want a quick demo, here is, as you can see in the URL up here, this is a website hosted entirely on NeoFS in a decentralized manner. It's actually an app that we made a while back, which is makes encryption easy for everyone. So yeah, please go and download it. Please have a play, and hope you like Greenfinch. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. That's awesome. You know, we are so familiar to Dropbox, and that's why we will be so happy to see a decentralized Dropbox on Neo 3. Yeah, that's pretty good. Thank you, Alex. Okay, and we can start our final part, the QA part. And if you have any questions, you can just ask it to the teams or projects directly. Yeah. Okay, I have 4 questions. I can start it. I have 4 questions for the 4 projects. Each one have 1 questions. And the first question is to neoartistic.com. And the question is, a lot of, let me check. No, I draw down this one. Hold on. Okay. The question is this built on Neo alone, or will other blockchains will involve such Binance, Avalanche, or Ethereum for the trading? Hello, Jacob?
Okay, Raymond, let me answer this question. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said in our slide, in the future, we want to become a multi-chain NFT marketplace. And the NFT marketplace DeFi, we want people can mine and sell NFT in the easy way with cheapest fee. And we have built the NFT marketplace in Near and Aurora. But first and foremost, now we focus on Neo first to take support and user from Neo. And I think Neo is very promising blockchain, and we will focus in the short term.
Okay. Thank you, Jacob. Okay, let us. My second question is to Bamboo. The question is, a lot of wallets are there other than N3 chains. Which chains will it serve other than Neo? Momo, you still here?
Oh yes, sorry, I was on mute. So could you repeat your question again?
Okay, the question is, a lot of wallets out there other than Neo 3, and which chain will it served other than Neo? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, sure. So I think we're based on the other chains feature, like which is friendly for the users, which one will be more popular, and we will select on them. So it depends on the others.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Momo.
Thanks.
And yeah, my third question is to gitter.network. The question is, why did you choose the name Gitter? And another familiar chat application for developer has the same name, so there can be confused for people.
Yeah, so Gitter is German and means grid. And yeah, when I hear bot network, then I think about grid, so Gitter.
Okay, it's good, cool. Okay, my final question is to Greenfinch. Alex, could the Greenfinch can upload the filter or just can upload some other than the filter? You know what I mean? Can you just upload the filter?
Folder. Yeah.
A folder.
So,
sorry. Yeah.
no worries. No worries. It can upload anything. So at the moment, I've disabled multiple file uploads just because I was having an issue with them at the end of last week or at the beginning of last week, whenever it was. But yeah, we will have multiple file uploads or folder uploads coming very soon. The one thing I would say is containers don't have the concept of child folders or child containers within them, but we will be adding features that allow this to be simulated using attributes on the files. So yeah, don't worry about that. That's all coming. The demo is just single files at the moment.
Okay, it's pretty cool. Yeah. And anyone have the questions to another project? Okay, if there is no questions, we will end our demo day tonight. Yeah, I'm so appreciate all the teams to join tonight event, and I will be so happy to see your teams and your project join in NEO ecosystems. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, we're ending tonight.
Thanks, Raymond. Thanks, everyone.
Good night. Good night. Yeah, good day. See you in NEO.